everybody again. Thank you for being here in the Aksania, Yitzchak, and our friends here. We're going to try to bring a small entry, appetizer, how we can try to go to Rosh Hashanah and daven and be on a higher step maybe for the next year, Be'ezrat Hashem. Ramchal in Derech Hashem say to us that the Almighty wanted in His goodness and love to us to descend Himself, Hashem sort of, with humility of Hashem, because from His lofty status and associated Himself with His handiwork, with the creations. Okay, figuratively speaking, if you can say, to be honored by them, which is us, as king is honored by his subjects. Okay, Hashem sort of lower Himself, didn't let us, actually opposite, lower Himself to be king for us. Rabbi Pinkus says that when David HaMelech wanted to kill Naval because he spoke wrong to the king David. David was already announced by Shmuel. And he was rebellious, he said to David HaMelech, a rebellious servant, David HaMelech, increased against, okay, the king. And when he came to kill him, the wife of Nabal said to David, wait, you should not kill him. Shaul is still exists in this world as a king, and your nature is not revealed as a king. Even though you were hiddenly, right now, announced, you're not still a king. It's sort of a seed in the ground that didn't sprout. So nobody here is going against the kingship. So we know from here that there could be a king and nobody knows about it. Maybe each one of us is also a king. So how can we try right now to give kingship to Hashem and we're not really grasping what's going on? Can a person right now decided he's going for a walk? Short walk. You're going for the palace. You want to see the king. You heard so many stories. So he's taking his donkey, horse, leg, doesn't matter, going to the palace, knock on the door. They're going to let him in. They're going to smack him and throw him. What are you doing? What are you doing here? So how can we see the king? It's a very simple thing. Look around. Look around at the creation. See the hospitals. It's not only death. It's healing. It's mercy. It's babies come to the world. Armies. It's not only a case of war. It's case of power. So you see the power of Hashem. Look on your own self-body. See the beauty of it. Not the outside. Don't start to look in the mirror. See the beauty, how your body functions. Amazing. And then you're going to realize there's a king, there's powers, there's God, the Almighty, who run this world. We're a little bit closer how we can try right now to understand what that means, kingship. On every step that we do, Hashem is with us. The nation disagreed. From the beginning already of creation, the nation said, yes, it is true, God created the world. But he's like the big shot owner of the company. He sit down somewhere on the penthouse, and there's like all this, even the CEO is not beneath him, and everybody run the business for him. Bottom line, godly powers. We already spoke about it. All the godly powers are limited and connected to God. But we know that this is not true. We know that God is with each and one of us on every step we're doing. Unfortunately, we're in a very long gallows and in a very big hidden sea in this world. But still, with all the confusion around us, all the powers who's taking us from one side to another, when a Jew wake up in the morning, in a simple understanding of this creation, we should all have it right now, we're saying, I am thanking in front of the Almighty, in front of God. מודה אני לפניך מלך חי וקיים. King. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should remember it all the day, also after that. Bilvavi Mishkan Evne explained that in Rosh Hashanah we got sort of three things. We got Malchuyot, kingship, Zichronot, remembrance, and Shofarot, sort of blowing the shofar. So we're going to stick to the kingship, as we started with the Ramchal, that the Hashem lower himself sort of, because he wanted to be a king to us. And we found that from one point we're saying king with judgment and limitation gonna hold the land standing. That means there's laws, there's limitation. But from the other side, we said in Baba Kama, that the king, when he wants, he can go all over, break fences. Nobody can open up and say the word to the king. So either there's limitation, or the king do what he wants. Either there's an order, or there's not. Tohu vavohu. So there's laws. King would put the land in order, and the other point of view, anything the king wants, he's doing. And no, it's not a confusion, and there's not conflict. And the reason en mochin bayado, we're not saying anything to the king, because we don't have a clue how the system functioning. The fence itself is above our understanding. For also, more than that, even the simple things is above our understanding. We're saying in the beginning of the Siddur, Adon olam asher malach beterem kol etzir nivra. The creator of the world was already a king before all the creation. Wait a second. We said in the beginning, the Ramchal said, Hashem took him down because he wanted to be a king and there's no king without a nation. So what's going on here? And then it's continuing, he says, Le'et nasa. Later on, only with the creation, then his name is a king. So was he a king before, or is he a king only after? And both of the statements are corresponds. Melech, when the king is breaking the fences, there's no laws, there's no limitation for him. This is beterem kol etzir nivra, before the creation even. And when, after the creation, then we're speaking that there's fences. Melech b'mishpat yamid haaretz. There's need to be laws. Judges for us, many things. In the 13 Ikarim we say every day, we're saying that they are going to say it in English, the one with no body would never going to be able to be perceived and understand with anything which got limitation of physicality, body, us. Bilvavi Mishkan Evnei say and teach us that there is two kinds of Eved. We learn in the Gemara Baba Batra that when Klal Yisrael doing the will of Hashem, we are called as sons, banim. And when Chas v'Chalila, a person going against Hashem, and more than that, against his own self, we're called avadim, servants. Okay? Negative things. Servant is not good, it seems. But from another point of view, we know that Moshe Rabbeinu was called twice Eved. In Sefer Yoshua, Moshe Avdi met, my servant, slave, but servant Moshe is dead. And in Bamidbar, Lo chen Avdi Moshe, my slave Moshe, he's the best, the most loyal than everybody. So right now we're in conflict again. Is slave is negative, or is it positive thing? It's good to be slave. So the first one is negative. Why? Because the slave is doing only for his own sake. He needs money, he needs a room to sleep. The second one is unbelievable, and it's high madrega, that Be'ez Hashem each one of us can achieve. And we know that Ma shekana eved kana rabo, in Masechet Pesachim, everything that the slave, the servant, own right now, his master getting it. It's his. He's serving the master. More than that, he doesn't have a thought for himself even. He needs to cancel his own self for his master. Kingship, malchuyot, for order, as we said in the Ramchal in the beginning. Hamelech lower himself, the king almighty take himself down, so we're going to be, okay, his servants. And right now he's a king. And each one of us need to understand it. We're doing the simanim in Rosh Hashanah, Be'ez Hashem, we got the panagrant, Rimon. And we're saying, Yehi Ratzon, that we're going to be full with mitzvot as a Rimon. Some say there's 613, I never count. I don't know. Could be. Mitzvot. It's plural. And we're saying also that all the empty people of Klal Yisrael are full with mitzvot as Rimon. So is it good or not? And I want to be empty, that's what I'm asking to be. I want to be empty? No. we're missing one thing. What is supposed to be the glue, the connector to the whole mitzvah is missing. Kingship, lehamlich, to understand why I'm doing the mitzvah. There's a king, he said to me, and then all the mitzvot become as one unit. The Zohar HaKadosh said to us that there's all the mitzvot are ways to come close and glue and cling to Hashem. Another simon that we're bringing in Rosh Hashanah is the honey. And everybody here, I guess, know that the honey we bring is the honey of bees. But maybe some doesn't familiar that when the Torah Kedosha say honey, it doesn't mean honey of bees, it means honey that's come and oozes from dates. So I'll bring the honey of bees in Rosh Hashanah. So it's a question. So Rabbi Zilber brings, okay, and he say a very simple thing. The honey of bees is a long process. Anybody like bees here? I don't really, I'm afraid a little bit. The bees coming to, sting. To be able to bring the honey, it's a long process. The guy putting a whole mask, cover him with gloves, come with smoke. I don't know if you ever saw it. Smoking because he wanted the bees to be away. Anyway, some of them, staying there, and he gets sting, and then what? Baruch Hashem, vash, honey. So maybe it's to teach us that even when there's afflictions, when there's trouble, last year, the next year going to be sweet as honey. And we need to understand that even the afflictions and the troubles are sweet as honey. They're good for us. They're cleansing us. And the way we right now can sweeten all the problems is kingship. Understand there is a master to the universe, Hashem, God, and He's the king. And everything He's doing is sweet. Kol da'avid rachmana le'tav avid. Everything Hashem do is for good. And that way we can still come to Gan Eden in this world. The Arot Midrash say, we are seeing a lot in Rosh Hashanah. Every one of us here got a whole list. If he's not married, he wants a wife. Actually, he thinks he already wants who's the wife and how she's look, but that's a problem, different shiur. He wants money. He wants that. He wants this. He wants this. That's very nice, but it's selfish. This is an avid that's only thinking about himself. Okay, he wants a pras. Pras also, it's only a piece. What we need to aim, Yerot Midrash say to us, is to daven for eternal, and eternal is Gan Eden. And to be able to reach to that, we need to fulfill the Torah on reasoning to making nachat ruach to Hashem. Make Hashem sort of, if you can say, happy. And how we make Him happy? Not only doing the mitzvot as the empty one in Klal Yisrael. Put the king upon us and do the mitzvot. Realize why we're doing the mitzvot. Not connected to the power of the mitzvah itself. Why I'm doing the mitzvot? Because Hashem brought it, Hashem is the king, and that's how I'm coming close to Him. And all our davening in Rosh Hashanah should be in one way. Yes, I need money. Yes, the one who doesn't marry it, lo tov hiyot ha'adam levado, it's not good that the man is by himself. He needs a wife. The one with no kids is not happy so much. We're asking everything, and we should ask for many things. But we need to understand that why we're asking it, so there's not going to be thoughts and trouble that's going to take us off from the service that we need and want to fulfill every day to Hashem. Gaon Rabbi Eliashiv Zichron Levracha said that we sang on Rosh Hashanah Hayom Harat Olam. Harat is the Shon Harayon, pregnancy. And we know that in the pregnancy, all the actions of the lady, the mother, is affecting the kid to come. Chas v'chalila, if you're going to drink too much, the baby can come mess up. From other point of view, totally opposite. We know that one of the great Tanaim, one of the Talmidim of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, right? Rabbi Yoshua, they say Ashrei all that praiseworthy to his mama. Why praiseworthy to the mother? Because she would take him every day from childhood, put him in the Bet Midrash just to listen. The action we're doing, the mother doing in the pregnancy, also staying in the Bet Midrash to affect the spirituality of the child, going to affect all his life. How are we going to act in this Hayom Harat Olam, pregnant day, 2 days of Rosh Hashanah right now, is going to affect the whole next year, all the concept, everything. We need to understand that we cannot understand Hashem. There is limitation. We cannot grasp Hashem. Okay? Every second Hashem is with us. Kol haneshama ta'alel ya'alul. The soul, sort of, every breath, we saying thank you. Why? Because we're still alive. Okay? It's a miracle. There was a famous story in Russia many years ago. One of the soldiers of the Tsar Nikolai shot a soldier, or anybody, a person. He didn't know who it was. I saw a guy, I asked him, who are you? He didn't say anything. And the guy that got shot, he said, but you saw I was drunk. I was falling aside. He said, yes. But I told you I'm a soldier of the Tsar Nikolai. And when a person hears that name, you should become sober. Each one of us, when we're understanding and hear the name of God, we need to become sober. We need to change the way we acting. Okay? We need to walk with our mouth and heart to make better our ways. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should try to understand the case of kingship, understand that we are here to serve Hashem, to become better in our service, and then we become better. And also when you become servicing better, you're getting a higher rank, better clothes, better house, better food, more parnasa. But don't do it for that. If you're not able for the kingship, start from that. But put a king, malchuyot. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful night.